So part of what makes Mayhem work for me is the simple fact that you cannot be drawn into one character. If somebody followed the show and was drawn into one person, that means they're that one person that they see on the screen only. And that's a major flaw of watching a show. The great shows are the shows that you could pull something from everybody. Do you agree?
Well, that was the formula. Again, I researched before I did this. This wasn't just I woke up and said, I'm gonna do a web series, I got a camera. I researched and I saw what I didn't like from other series that was out there, not only other series, other TV shows. And that was one of my biggest things. I'm gonna let the fans pick who they like. I'm not gonna pick who you like and just put a star in front of the camera. You see him every scene, because the problem is with that for me, which my backup plan was, what if that person no longer available for the show? The show would die. So that was my biggest thing. I had a backup plan, and I wanted the people to like who they like, so you like the show, not just a person. Like if you look at Power, Ghost died, where did Power go? Power's pretty much over.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, and that's a multi-million-dollar budget film over there. And the writers got to get more creative.
Well, one thing I say,
they might need me.
Well, one thing I'm gonna tell you. All right, so I'm a comic book fan, right? And one of my favorite writers is Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder writes Batman, and everybody knows Batman, right? He's a tough ass guy, dressed up as a bat, don't get no sleep, kick everybody ass, whatever. All right, but the thing about him writing Batman was he gave Batman's story character development. So everybody knows that Batman, you know, his parents died, and that was why he wanted to become a bat. But what he wrote him is, what about when he was training and he went overseas and learned how to drive cars? He was a stock car driver for a while, and that's how he whips the Batmobile so well. What about when he talks about the Riddler, how the Riddler isn't somebody who just thinks he's smarter than somebody, it's a psychotic disease. That's why he acts the way he acts. The thing that makes Batman work, for those who are comic book fans who are watching this, is every villain is an extension of the psyche of a sick person. The Joker is the one bad day happens. Catwoman is the kleptomaniac. Penguin is high society at his worst. The Riddler is I'm smarter than you. Two-Face is basically what it is. Two-Face, you know what I'm saying? Poison Ivy is a nature freak. With Mayhem, I get the same premise. And it's not just who's the star, it's who's going to take the star out of the show on that episode. How long does it take you to write each character to bring that out?
I don't write.
Really?
I don't write for Mayhem. I haven't wrote for Mayhem since season 1, episode 4. We on season 2.5, which is season 3, episode 7. So it's about 29 episodes I didn't write for.
And this is free?
It's not, it's not. I do an outline. I don't do verbatim word for word. You know what I mean? It's an outline. I just create a storyline when we get there on the scene. I come up with the lines that I want them to say, and I give them free will to go outside those lines that I'm giving them. We rehearse it. Some of us rehearse it, some of us don't. You know what I mean? Some of us get it right then and there. But I don't write for it. It's just, I'm like Jay-Z when I get it. Like Jay-Z go in the booth, right before he go in the booth, you see him do a lot of mumbling. I may take a walk and go in a circle, smoke a cigarette real quick, and it just hit me. Okay, we here. So because I chose that formula because sometimes when it come to that, and it came to Mayhem, we just didn't know what we was doing at that second. You get what I'm saying? When we're there, so I could plan it, I could have all these lines ready, I could have all of this, but we have to change it when we get to the scene because something didn't happen, somebody didn't show up, this and that. So I learned to just say, we're gonna X that out. Okay, I want to outline it. This is the people I need. Whoever show up, we're gonna go there, and then when they get there, here go the lines. I already got the outline of the story, so here go the lines to fill it in. I say it, we'll rehearse it. I tell them we rehearse it. All right, hold up, look, when you say this part, make your face look like this, and say this, and then you can say what you want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, that's my formula. It works for me. I don't know what works for everybody else. That works for me. But I also can do the writing as well. You know what I mean? It's just that dealing with non-actors, like everybody's dream. Nobody did this before. You get what I'm saying? So if I give you lines, you sound like you're reading them. It don't look like realism coming out. Like, that's not you. You can't put your best in front of the camera because you're thinking. But if we sit there, we rehearse it, and you catch what I want you to say right then and there, you can add your little bit of oomph on it, and then there we go. We got magic.
What's the advantage and disadvantage of that when you're actually on camera?
It helps a lot. Like he said, he'll tell you exactly what you're supposed to say. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes you get nervous in front of the camera, you forget stuff. So I like that he lets you add your own lines to it or ad-lib. I think it's a good idea. And I think it helps everybody when it comes to that. Because you get to be yourself and add, lines that you feel like would sound even better.
So being creative and having that understanding that I can go, what's the wildest you've been on camera? And when they stop the camera, you're like, yo, you hit that mark.
The wildest, I definitely say I think the wildest scene was with me and Norky. And that's the scene we shot in the backyard when I was telling him that his sister died.
Yeah, that was a very interesting scene.
That was the scene that he actually first cried and stuff on camera and stuff. And like we was like when he shot that, we were just going in back and forth until he ain't never say cut. We just stopped whenever we stopped. Like, so we just kept going and going and going because me and Norky, we were so like in deep in that scene and stuff, going back and forth. Like, what you mean my sister died? Like, going back and forth, pushing each other, mad emotional and stuff. So I felt like, and that was the main topic of that scene was just me going up to telling him that his sister died, and he's telling me about a bag that's supposed to be coming back to me, but we ended up just dragging it all the way out because we got so in deep into it.
Hip hop is a culture that's branded in the pain and the coming up of people who had a silent voice. Mayhem is the coming up of a creator who wants to capture the voice of his city and give people time to understand the struggles and the stories of folks that live in that city. The music is a perfect background. I'm a Crutch Calhoun fan, so when I heard his music, I was like, yes, finally somebody got Crutch up in there. And there's more to it. How does you picking the artist in the music for the show heighten the show and makes it a better production and not just something that you view?
As far as the music process, it became easy. At first it was hard because, Mayhem was just an idea. We was just getting off the ground, so nobody kind of took it serious. So therefore, a lot of artists' production wasn't high. You get what I'm saying? So, why I say it became easy, because once they seen how serious Mayhem was, they started, investing in themselves. You know what I mean? Going to the right studio, not your man's house in the closet. You know what I'm saying? So it became easy. Music just started coming, boom, 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 and like I preview the music. So once I'm editing and I see the scene, I be like, okay, that song that I listened to the other day is for this scene, and I just go with that. Why Crutch became like one of the top artists that have music on there is because when I told him, I said, yo, send me some music, he sent me like 200 songs. So I don't have to like start going through, or I can read the title of the song and know that that's the song, because Crutch is dope, his production, everything is to a high level. So it became, I don't gotta go sifting through these emails, and at that time, a lot of the music stopped coming. So it was really only Crutch to pick from. So I got 200 songs, I'm gonna put all 200 songs on here of Crutch. You know what I mean? Like it or not, the music dope.
You know what I mean? Classic mix.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so it became easy. That process became easy, and my motto was trust the process. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's gonna happen, gonna happen. So Crutch gave me 200 songs, Crutch got 200 songs on it. So
yeah,
trust the process. That's it. You gotta trust the process all the way out. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and say I'm gonna do something and don't believe in it. You know what I mean? You gotta trust it. You know what I mean? Just put your best foot forward and hope the best come out of it.
Well, as a fan, and actually as a journalist also, I've seen you do interviews on Fox 5. Congratulations, Lisa Evers, in the interview.
Shout out to Lisa Evers.
That was
Fox
dope.
5.
But we're going to be better than that.
Hey.
And one thing, as we go on in the interview, we're going to go into deep processes of not only, like I said, since you don't write, we're going to go into the mind a little bit. Next part. Let's focus on this for right here, since we talked about music. As a person who's editing, fitting, you share that kind of love. That you come to a point where you gotta love editing because it's a headache. You know what I'm saying?
People don't understand that process. It's a monster in itself.
Oh, believe me, I know. I get it. How fulfilling is it for you? Like, I just do interviews. My stuff ain't too. And I did a couple music videos. But how fulfilling is it for you when you see that cut and you be like, yes, that's it. And then when it's ready to go, you know that your baby's ready to be birthed. Mm-hmm. But tell me what that feeling is like. Because a lot of people get behind the camera and just think it's easy. It's a process to it.
It's the process of just the editing part. Like, it's monstrous for me, because I'm a person that don't know how to fail or quit. So the minute I sit down in that chair, I'm stuck in that chair. And I may be sitting there 22 hours straight. I'll probably smoke 2 packs of cigarettes, 4 Black Bars, no Red Bulls, and a bunch of water. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing to get it done. 22 hours. I go lay down for 2-3 hours and I'm right back at it. You know what I mean? I'm doing 40-something hours plus editing. So when that finished product is done and it's released, it's an amazing feeling. Like, just in that alone, like, 1, the job is done. 2, now I get to see what people think of the work. You know what I mean? So I'm not just getting my judgment on it. You know what I mean? I know I did a good job, but ain't nothing better than for somebody to be like, yo, that came out dope. I got a DM today from somebody, and I put a picture up earlier today, and I was like, just got a render and whatever. Somebody hit me. I ain't even go on their page checking it. It just humbled me like this. He was like, yo, I went to school for that, and I can't remember verbatim what he said word for word. He's like, but basically he was like, y'all went to school for that, and yo, you dope. I can't even do what you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So just to get that and then see how the people respond to it is like, it's amazing. Like, it's just, that's my payday. You know what I mean? I do it for those reasons. You know what I mean?
I respect that. So then, to the 2 cast members on the side, what was it like to see yourself on the screen on YouTube or something for the first time and know that you killed your mark?
Well, I had prior actor experience before this, so this wasn't really my first project. But to see myself on this platform, like any project I work on is exciting. Just to see my face on a YouTube or the commercial or something and stuff, just see my work out there and have people watching it. It's what I do. It's the reason why I'm acting and stuff. So for Mayhem was definitely my biggest project I ever worked on, and I've been acting for about 6 years now. So to see the amount of love it was getting, the amount of views we was getting, it was exciting. It made me want to just jump behind the camera and film 3 more episodes like in one night type shit. Like, it was like it's just a great feeling. It makes me. It's the reason why I want to be acting and stuff. Like, it's a feeling that it's a passion. Like, when you're passionate about something and stuff, and you're doing what you're passionate about, it's a great feeling.
Same here.
I feel the same. It is a good feeling. It's different for me. It's the first time me acting in front of the camera or anything. It's fun. Yeah.
She just died, right?
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.